Are you worried about losing your SNAP benefits because you're kind of unsure how to recertify online? Well, don't worry, because we've got you covered with this complete guide tailored specifically for Louisiana residents.
Welcome to the Explainer. Look, I know navigating government websites can sometimes feel like trying to solve a puzzle in the dark. It's frustrating. But today, we're going to completely demystify the Louisiana-specific online recertification process. By the time we wrap up, you'll have the exact blueprint you need to confidently renew your benefits without a single lapse in your assistant.
Okay, let's just quickly glance at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover getting ready to recertify, navigating the CAFE portal, step-by-step recertification, deadlines and reinstatement, troubleshooting and support, and wrap it all up with a brief conclusion.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, getting ready to recertify.
First off, let's clarify some terminology you're going to see popping up a lot. The state of Louisiana actually refers to this renewal process as redetermination or continued assistance. And here's an absolutely crucial update stemming from recent legislation, specifically House Bill 624. This redetermination must now happen at least once every 6 months. This legislation also puts a focus on verifying workforce training or education activities for some folks, so you'll definitely want to be prepared for that new rhythm.
Now, what's really crucial here is that having these specific financial and household details ready beforehand, that's your absolute best defense against technical glitches. When you log in, the system's on a timer. If you're spending 20 minutes digging through a messy filing cabinet for income statements, your available resources data, or monthly expense records, your session's going to time out. So do yourself a massive favor. Gather the exact dates of birth and social security numbers for everyone in the house, along with all your financial paperwork before you even touch your keyboard.
With those documents gathered, let's move right along to Section 2, navigating the CAFE portal.
Now, this right here is a major pitfall you absolutely need to avoid. Believe it or not, Louisiana actually has 2 completely different CAFE portals. You must use the LA CAFE portal managed by the Department of Children and Family Services and the Department of Health. That's the hub for SNAP, FitApp, and kinship care. If you accidentally wander over to the Department of Education's CAFE portal, the LDOE portal, and try to submit your SNAP paperwork there, it's going to cause an immediate processing failure. That portal is strictly for the Child Care Assistance Program. So please double-check you're on the DCFS LA CAFE site.
Once you're at the correct web address, obviously you'll need to log in. Now, if this is your very first time logging into the LA CAFE portal to manage an existing case, you're going to face a one-time account linking process. Basically, to securely connect your digital account to your real-world benefits, the system requires 3 very specific pieces of data: the primary applicant's exact date of birth, their full social security number, and the first 5 characters of their last name. It's a strict security protocol, but it's there to protect your info.
Next up is Section 3, step-by-step recertification.
So let's see how this all builds into the actual submission process once you're securely logged into your dashboard. The digital walkthrough is actually super linear and user-friendly, as long as you know where to click. Once you're in, whatever you do, do not click on My Applications. That's only for brand new applicants. You need to specifically look for and click the My Redeterminations link. From there, the system just guides you through the online form. You'll punch in all those verified documents we gathered in Step 1, review it all carefully, and hit Submit.
Now here's an important aside. While you're reviewing your household data, you might realize, hey, some things have changed since my last update. Well, the crucial point here is that any changes in your income, address, or household size literally must be reported within 10 days of that change happening. The state does not mess around with this. Failing to report those changes can actually trigger an automatic referral to the Department of Health's fraud unit for improper benefit receipt. So transparency is 100% your best policy here.
That brings us perfectly to Section 4. Deadlines and reinstatement.
Speaking of strict policies, missing a deadline is incredibly stressful. But the good news is, Louisiana has built-in grace periods and reminder systems to help you stay on track. You definitely won't be left in the dark here. Through the state's messaging system, they send out a regular cadence of automated texts or letters. You'll get your first reminder at 3 weeks out, a second at 2 weeks, a critical warning at 10 days that your verification is due, and a final reminder at 1 week. These are basically just helpful nudges telling you to go online and get that recertification done before your scheduled interview date.
But, life happens. What if you just missed that final deadline? Well, at day 0, your current certification period ends and your case officially closes. But don't panic just yet. You instantly enter a critical 30-day reinstatement window. Think of it as a safety net. During these 30 days, you can actually still submit your missing redetermination paperwork without having to start a completely brand new application from scratch.
But be warned, the moment you cross into day 31, that safety net is gone and you're back to square one with a new application. There is a catch to using that 30-day grace period, though. Any benefits issued during that reinstatement window are prorated based on the exact day you finally submit your documents. To put that into perspective, let's say you submit your paperwork on the 10th day of a 30-day month. You're going to lose out on those first 10 days of benefits. You'd only receive about 70% of your standard monthly allotment. So it pays, literally, to be on time.
Now, I do want to mention that for families facing immediate, severe financial hardship, Louisiana does offer an expedited service track. If your household is bringing in less than $150 in gross monthly income and you have $100 or less in liquid resources, you can qualify for expedited processing. This completely bypasses the standard longer verification wait times, getting emergency benefits issued to you within just 7 days.
All right, let's shift gears to Section 5, troubleshooting and support.
As much as we'd love it to be seamless, technology just isn't perfect. So let's look at the most common technical barriers on the LA Cafe portal and how you can actually solve them. The first major hurdle, account locking. To maintain strict account security, the system enforces a policy where your password completely expires if there's no login activity for 6 consecutive months. Meaning, if you're only logging in twice a year to recertify, you're pretty much going to need to go through the password reset process every single time you visit.
And it gets a bit trickier. If you forget that password and try guessing it too many times, the system will lock you out entirely. And when that happens due to consecutive failed attempts, you can't just immediately reset it. You're hit with a mandatory 15-minute wait period before the system will even let you try using the automated recovery tools. So if that happens, just take a breath, set a timer on your phone, and wait it out.
If you find yourself completely stuck, whether it's a weird digital glitch, a locked account you can't recover, or just a really complex question about your documents, do not panic. You can reach out directly to the Louisiana SNAP Support Network. Just call the LA Help You line at 888-524-3578. Or if you need to submit documents offline as a backup, you can use their centralized fax number or mail them directly to the Document Processing Center at the P.O. Box in Baton Rouge.
Okay, we are in the home stretch. Section 6, Conclusion and Important Disclaimer.
Let's wrap up everything we've learned today to make sure you're fully empowered here. If you only take 4 things away from this explainer, make it these. First, prepare early. Have every single document in front of you before you touch your keyboard. Second, verify you're actually on the correct LAK Fee State portal managed by DCFS. Third, make sure you follow the specific redetermination path by clicking My Redeterminations. And finally, don't panic if you miss the deadline. Just use that 30-day reinstatement window to get your prorated benefits back on track.
Before we go, please keep this important disclaimer in mind. Government processes are continually updated by state legislation. For instance, we talked about the impacts of House Bill 624 today, which shifts some agency responsibilities and enforces the 6-month redetermination and workforce verifications. Because things change, always verify current rules, deadlines, and requirements directly through official state channels and the LA Cafe portal itself.
We truly hope this explainer has removed the mystery from your online recertification process, but it leaves us with a much larger question to think about. As states increasingly digitize these vital safety nets, are we actually making the system more efficient, or are we just building new digital barriers for those who need help the most? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, stay prepared.